Right, everybody, welcome to the RTLEARNER Demonstration. So what I'm going to show you is how we can classify real-time audio using this MaxPatch and Python Sci-Kit Learn framework. And so these are two applications that work in tandem. They work over OSC communication. So there is a server in the Sci-Kit Learn Python program here, which is going to listen to this Max client, which sends feature sets over to it, which are trained on a data set, which is also composed here in Max. And let's just jump right into making a classifier with two classes and train it on a number of samples that I'm just going to make using my voice. If I turn it on now, you'll see that it'll start working. So if I hit play, this Python program starts to work. So that's training and running now. And if I perform my first class, it will give me that first class. And if I give my second class, it will give my second class there. So let's create a new data set. So the first thing that I want to cover is this indicator here, which tells you that the Max program is currently analyzing your audio, that it is extracting features and it's averaging them out, and it's going to include these in the next sample. When that stops is when that turns white is when that sample is recorded to your data set. So if I click View Dataset, we get our data set here. But what I want to kind of do is tune this so that it's more accurately following the amplitude envelope of my voice. It is staying on quite long, so what I might want to do is open this config menu here and lower the smoothing as the envelope closes. Test, 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 test. So that seems quite good. It's not staying on too long and averaging silence that it doesn't need to be. What you'll also notice is this feature visualization. This is a human-centered kind of visualization tool that helps you determine whether or not your input audio is going to be different enough to kind of be able to create a clean classification. So if I create some different timbres in my voice, boom, cut, boom, boom, you can see that the image of this visualization, you can see that the visualization changes and might be a good sample to create a classification on. The next thing that we should do after kind of tuning our envelope here is clearing the data set and getting ready to kind of start creating some samples here. So I'm going to hit spacebar, which is going to stop the audio from coming through here and being analyzed. I'm hitting spacebar. And now if I talk, you'll notice it won't give me any new, place any new features in the data set. And so what I will do now is go to config and I will delete the data set. So if I go to view, you'll see that we have a clean data set to work with. And now what I'm going to do is put myself in train mode. So I am going to create a data set in train mode, and I'm going to make this, I'm going to create class 1 samples. Um, and so when I hit spacebar, it'll start analyzing my audio and start adding samples to the data set. And I'm just going to create some claps and some vocal improvisations, if you will. So I hit spacebar again so that it's not analyzing any audio. So I'm going to look at my data set and okay, cool. I've got those claps in there. They all have the 0 label at the end there. Now I'm going to move into class 2. Okay. And I'm still in train mode. When I hit spacebar, I'm gonna sing a tone. Hum, 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 hum. I hit spacebar again, so it's not analyzing my audio. I'll go to data set, and I have a few more pieces of data there with the second class here. So now what I want to do is I want to save this data set, and I'm going to save it in my desktop, and I'm going to call this samples.csv. So I'm going to save it as samples.csv. The CSV is very important here. Go ahead and replace whatever was there before. And because our Python program is already pointed to that directory, if I hit play, that's all I need to do for it to train itself on that data set and start making predictions when I send it new samples. So I'm going to hit run here. I'm going to put myself in predict mode. And I'm going to hit spacebar and I'm going to start performing some of the samples that I trained my dataset on. Hum, hum, hum. Cool. So I hit spacebar, so it's kind of just idling here. I can stop that. And so what you might do now is map these perhaps to kind of parameters in a MIDI program in your Max patch, and or send OSC messages to another application to affect some other type of musical or visual parameter. Thanks.